This is not merely a V12. This is the V12. Gianmaria Felenzi, Chief Product Development Officer at Ferrari, is in no doubt. The 2025 Ferrari 12Cilindri represents the pinnacle of an engine format that has made Ferrari famous for 77 years. It has been designed from the wheels up to celebrate the sound and fury and performance that only a high-revving, large-capacity, naturally aspirated V12 engine can deliver. The 12Cilindri, which will be available as either a coupe or retractable hardtop spider, replaces the 812 Superfast. But it also refocuses the role of the front engine, V12 powered two-door in a Ferrari lineup that now includes a four-door SUV and a six-cylinder, plug-in hybrid mid-engine sports car. The 12Cilindri has been designed to recall the spirit of iconic V12 Ferrari GTs from the past, such as the Lusso and 275 GTB/4, cars that were very fast but also comfortable enough to be driven long distances. And the name? Yes, it's Italian for 12-cylinder. The concept is very simple. Ferrari's chief marketing and commercial officer, Enrico Galliera, says of the car's somewhat prosaic moniker, "We wanted this car to celebrate the most important element of our DNA. We never use an external agency to decide our names, and when 12Cilindri was proposed, it was jumped on by 99% of the people here. Let's get to the 12Cilindri's raison d'etre, codenamed F140HD. The 6.5-liter V12 under the 12Cilindri's shapely hood traces its origins back to the engine that powered the Ferrari Enzo, a 65-degree V with double overhead camshafts and 4 valves per cylinder. Its basic architecture is thus more than 20 years old. Officially, the F140HD is a comprehensive rework of the F140HC used in the 812 Competizione. But many of its components and technologies were previewed in the V12 that powered the limited edition mid-engine SP3 Daytona. The F140HD is the most powerful naturally aspirated volume production Ferrari engine in history. Able to rev to a screaming 9,500 RPM, it makes 818 horsepower at 9,250 RPM and 500 lb-ft of torque at 7,250 RPM. Those dizzying crank speeds are the result of titanium conrads that are 40% lighter than equivalent steel items, new pistons that are 2% lighter than those used in the 812 Competizione's engine, and a rebalanced crankshaft that's 3% lighter. All 48 valves are actuated by sliding finger cam followers, a low-mass, low-friction technology borrowed from Ferrari's F1 engines, and fuel is pumped into the combustion chambers via a high-pressure direct injection system. The spent gases exit via a new exhaust system with equal-length header pipes that feed into the ceramic catalytic converters and particulate filters that help the big V12 meet the tough Euro 6e emission standard set for 2026 and beyond. The F140HD drives the rear wheels through a new 8-speed dual-clutch transaxle transmission, giving the 12Cilindri an extra gear over the 812 Competizione. This has allowed Ferrari to change the transmission's ratios and shift pattern and increase the torque transmitted to the rear wheels by 12% while reducing shift times by 5%. Ferrari says the 3,439 pound, that's a European dry weight number. So at a few hundred pounds for the wet version, 12Cilindri will accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 2.9 seconds and to 124 miles per hour in less than 7.9 seconds. Top speed is close to 211 miles per hour. Much of the 12Cilindri suspension and braking hardware is carried over from the 812 Competizione, as is the differential. But the all-aluminum chassis, made up of extrusions and castings, is new and has a 0.8-inch shorter wheelbase and 15% better torsional rigidity. The 12Cilindri also has the rear-wheel steering system that made its debut on the 812 Competizione, which can be independently steered to further improve agility or stability when required. Overseeing the 12Cilindri's chassis hardware is new software that makes the most of the 6-axis vehicle motion controller and the brake-by-wire ABS Evo system unveiled on the 296 GTB. Dubbed SSC 8.0, this latest evolution of Ferrari's innovative dynamic control system has a 10% faster learning speed and a 10% higher degree of accurately estimating vehicle behavior in any given scenario. Ferrari says the system can now accurately measure the level of tire grip even as the wheels are being steered. Speaking of tires, the 12Cilindri is available with Michelin Pilot Sport S5 or Goodyear Eagle F1 Supersport tires, both of which were developed in new sizes specifically for the car, 275/35ZR21 at the front and 315/35ZR21 at the rear. Standard wheels, seen on the green 12Cilindri Spider, are cast alloy, but wheels machined from solid billets of aluminium alloy, fitted to the white coupe, are available as an option. The decision to opt for 21-inch wheels was driven by the design team, Felenzi says. His engineers would have preferred 20-inch wheels, which are lighter so can be more precisely controlled by the springs and dampers and allow for quicker acceleration because of their lower inertia. Adopting the 21s was just one of the hundreds of compromises between form and function that shaped the 12Cilindri, however. The proportions of the 12Cilindri might echo those of a classic front-engine V12 coupe from Maranello, but its surfacing and graphics and detailing most emphatically do not. Instead, Ferrari Chief Design Officer Flavio Manzoni says, they riff on the futurism seen in 1960s and 70s Italian product design and architecture, and the visual aesthetics of movies such as Stanley Kubrick's 2001, A Space Odyssey and George Lucas's Star Wars. We wanted to create a car that was respectful to our tradition, but we also wanted to create something that was very modern.